Good morning, children. In the last class, that is in yesterday's class, we have learned about mountains, hills, deserts, and about globe and maps. Yes, and in today's class, we will learn the remaining part of the lesson. In this class, we are going to learn about peninsula, what is peninsula, island, oceans, and about seas and rivers. Okay, let's start with the peninsula first. We'll see what is peninsula. Children, peninsula means it is also land only. It is also landform only. It is a piece of land which is covered by water on three sides. It is also a piece of land that is covered by water on the three sides. It has three sides water and one side it has land. Peninsula is a land which has three side water and one side land which is attached to the mainland. Peninsula means it is a piece of land that is almost entirely covered with water on three sides and one side land attached to the mainland. And now we'll see what is island. Island, ISLAND. It is pronounced as island, not island. Okay, it is pronounced as island. Island means it is also a piece of land or the landform which is covered by water on all the sides. Islands are covered by water on all the sides and middle land will be present. Middle land will be present and all the sides are covered by water. Then that area is called island. Such land is called island, but it's not too large like continents. Continents are very larger than the islands. These are not islands are not called as continents because these are smaller in size. So this is not called continent. Island is a piece of land which is covered by water on all the sides. And the difference between peninsula and island is peninsula is covered by water on three sides and one side land. But island is covered by water on all the sides. Now we'll see what is archipelago. Archipelago means large group of islands. Many islands are present in one area, then it is called archipelago. If many islands are present in one area only, then that land is called archipelago. You can see the many islands which are covered by water all the sides and many islands are present in one area only. And the Malay archipelago is the world's largest archipelago. Now we will learn about the water bodies. Let's start with the oceans first. Okay, children, oceans are large saltwater bodies. These are large saltwater bodies. Oceans are saltwater bodies and these oceans are surrounds the continents. These oceans surrounds the continents and two-thirds of the earth is covered with the oceans. There are 5 oceans on the earth. There are totally 5 oceans on the earth. Yes, and the 5 oceans are, first one is Pacific Ocean, then Atlantic Ocean, then Indian Ocean, then fourth one is Southern Ocean, and last one is the Arctic Ocean. The 5 oceans are Pacific Ocean, Atlantic Ocean, Indian Ocean, Southern Ocean, and Arctic Ocean. In oceans, Pacific Ocean is the largest ocean, and Atlantic and Indian oceans are almost same oceans because they have same size. But Atlantic Ocean is second largest ocean and Indian Ocean is the third largest ocean. And the fourth ocean is Southern Ocean and the smallest ocean is Arctic Ocean. Arctic Ocean is the smallest ocean. Pacific Ocean is the largest. Then the second largest is Atlantic Ocean. Then third largest is Indian. Then fourth is Southern Ocean, and smallest one is the Arctic Ocean. Okay, children, in the image you can see it is a sea. It is a sea. Seas are also saltwater bodies. The seas are also saltwater bodies like oceans only, but these are not larger like oceans. Seas are smaller bodies of salt water, and these seas are connected to the ocean, and these seas may bounded by water or may not, or these may bounded by the land. Maybe they are covered by water or might be land. Now we will learn about lakes. Lakes are bodies of water which are surrounded by land on all the sides. Lakes are surrounded by land on all the sides, and lakes are smaller than seas, and sometimes if the lakes are larger, then it is called as sea. Children, in the image you can see it is called spring. Spring means when water bubbles or water comes out from the underground on the surface of the earth, then it is called spring. Spring comes out from the earth, from under the earth, and these are mostly seen in mountain areas. Springs are mostly seen in the mountain areas. Children, this is a stream. Streams are the water bodies, and these are streams are the water flows from the mountain when rainwater and melted snow and ice also flow down the mountain as stream. Streams may be rainwater or melted snow or the ice. When flow from the mountain, these water is called stream. When the rainwater or the melted snow and ice flow from the mountain, then these are called the streams. And water from the springs may collect and form spring, or they flow down as springs. And when these streams join, then they form the river. When the many streams join, then they form the river. Many small streams join up to make bigger streams, which is called river. And if these streams of water drop from mountain to ground, then it is called waterfall. Waterfall means when water or stream from the mountain flow from top of mountain into drops, then it is called waterfall. And when small rivers come together, then it is called tributaries. And when small rivers come together, then it is called a tributaries. When many rivers leaves the mountain and flow through the plains where it is joined by small rivers, then these rivers are called together as tributaries. And when these rivers finally flows and meet the ocean, join the ocean, and the point where rivers meet the ocean, then it is called mouth of the river. Where the point where river meet the ocean, it is called mouth of the river. And this flow of water from the top of the mountain to ocean is called autobiography of river. Let's learn the autobiography of river. The water start from the mountain region first. In the mountain, it is in the form of ice or snow, and when this snow and ice slowly comes down from the mountains, it reach a point where it start to melt slowly into the water. While flowing down, ice and snow melt into water. The water slowly moves down from the mountain in the form of streams, and as the snow and ice melts, the streams become bigger, and then the streams or water swiftly move over rocks and boulders. And when sun rays fall on the water, then this flowing water looks transparent and very beautiful. And children, glacier means moving river of ice. And then the streams join to form the rivers. Then it flows across the plains, and the small rivers join the tributaries. And then these water bodies become bigger and bigger in volume, that is in size, and rivers start to move on the land, and it is finally reached the seas and then into the big ocean. Okay, this is the autobiography of river. Please do read the lesson and try to find out the answers given in the exercise. Okay, thank you.